Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Jobu. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally doesn't work. And I want to thank each and every one of you guys that tune into the show. And welcome to this morning's edition of Don't Sleep on the Dallas Cowboys, because you literally cannot sleep on the Dallas Cowboys, because things have a tendency to happen late in the evening, late at night, first thing in the morning. So you want to make sure you are up to speed with what's going on with the Cowboys. Now I got to tell you, this channel, I like to think, is different than any other channel. There's tons and tons of channels out there that you could watch, and I appreciate all the people who are here. Somehow we've kind of lost our way, because whether you like the Cowboys or hate the Cowboys, it's about really having discussions about football and other teams as well. Because football, to me, growing up, was always the great equalizer. It was the thing that, even though you may not like another team, you could like the personality of the person. You could trash talk back and forth and things like that. You know, my team is better than your team and so on. And, you know, when your team loses, has that heartbreaking loss, you know, you console yourselves with other fans of your team and stuff. Football has always been a thing that would bring people together, okay? You know, it didn't matter if you're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, whatever. But if you saw a Cowboy fan wearing a Cowboys hat, you're going, what's up? I know in my personal life, I'm a 52-year-old black man, but the fact that there's so many different race, creeds, colors, sexes, ages that watch this prove the power of football. And that's what this channel has always been about, was talking about football. But somehow, some way, things have kind of gone awry. And maybe I've even edged on some of it myself too, with these trolls. But I got an email last night that really bothered me from Jackie. And Jackie has been one of my greatest supporters forever. Jackie is a sweetheart. I've met her twice. She came to our live stream when we had the Philadelphia Eagles game. She came to our draft party and stuff like that. Her and Sarah, great fans. And that's what this channel is about, is having great fans like those. Well, Sarah hasn't been on, and I've been wondering why. And it's because some of the trash mouth stuff that's getting on here. I understand. Some of you are just maybe young kids that don't know any better and are looking for a reaction. Or maybe some of you are just a bunch of asses. I don't have a problem with somebody that says that Dak Prescott can't do this or Dak Prescott can't do that, whatever. Yeah, but, you know, give me some proof, evidence, and things like that. We can have discussions. I don't hate anybody because they say they had Dak, until they kind of cross the line when they start using the N-word and things like that. But I don't want people to feel uncomfortable on this channel. I don't like to block people because it's freedom of speech, but if I have to, and I know you guys that are just SOBs are just going to make another profile, so you're just going to continue to do it. But I want this to get back to talking about football and having real discussions and making this family friendly again. We've got young people like my buddy Pierce down in Texas. Okay, Pierce is 12 years old. He's a fan. Like I said, Sarah, Jackie, great ladies and stuff. So I ask you nicely, very nicely, because like I said, I don't want to block people. Let's kind of keep it clean. Let's keep it back down to football and things that are going on that are relative and conversations that are good. So we're going to try that, try to do a little reset here, because we're only 80 days, 8 hours, 2 minutes, and 36 seconds away from the start of the 2018 season for our Dallas Cowboys. In fact, we're only about 4 weeks away from training camp. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The season is getting closer and closer every single day. I love getting here in the morning, getting my coffee, and seeing that number drop down. Come 425, that 80 is going to be a 79. So it's coming hard and fast. Yesterday, Dak Prescott did the rounds, you know, championing cancer, and cancer it's a mother. We've all been touched by somebody that's had cancer. And it seems to be all around us. I think there's a lot of reasons for it. A lot of it is stuff that's around us. But that's a discussion for another day. But the thing about NFL players, you have some that get it and a lot that don't. I can tell a kid the importance of getting an education, going to school, and finding your own path. And it'll go in one ear and out the other. But an NFL player, because I've seen it happen, knock on your door to a kid who is about to drop out of school and says, hey, John, it's important for you to get your education and go back to school. And start working and mentoring with that kid and seeing that kid graduate college with honors. That's the power that NFL players have. Because all they have to do is a few words, and it brings so much attention to something that would have been an afterthought. Now, on Undisputed, Shannon Sharp, Skip, definitely tried to bait Dak Prescott. Definitely was in his full hater mode. But fortunately, Dak Prescott didn't take the bait. Dak Prescott actually held himself up pretty good, had great answers. You know, of course, wouldn't take the bait about the Eagles and Carson Wentz. Wouldn't take how the team was going to finish. It's like, we'll do our talking on the field, and I like that. But one of the things that he was asked that I really liked the response to is, how are you going to make it without Dez Bryant? Without that number one receiver? And this is the point that I have made all along. And my point is if you focus on just one guy more than anybody else, then defenses know we've got to focus on that guy more than anybody else. And so you've got two things that are fighting against each other. I believe that the best thing you can do is by moving it around. And Dak Prescott said, you know, I got away from what we were doing in 2016. I felt like, you know, I needed to try and do bigger things or better things to try and win games as opposed to finding the open guy, trying to get the big play and stuff. But 2016, there were no big numbers. There were no 100-catch receivers. Cole Beasley led the team with 63. But what you saw was a lot of guys catching the ball. And it wasn't focused on just one person, because one guy would heat up for a game. You have Terrence Williams with a good game. Another game, Cole Beasley would. Another game, Jason Witten would. So it was unpredictable. And that's what this team has to get back to. Now, I believe we're going to see the resurgence of the hot sauce. I believe that Cole Beasley is going to have a fantastic year this year. And I think that the Cowboys realize that we just can't kick back and just do what we always do. We're already seeing them trying to move things around, change some things up. We're already seeing, you know, about Trayvon Austin. And I know I mispronounced his name. Trayvon Austin. I'll get it right one of these times. I'm sorry. There's certain words that I just cannot get right. Sorry. It's kind of like in World War II. They would say, one of the words to see if they were actually Japanese or not was lollipop, and they would say Rari Pop. Okay, so I'm the Rari Pop guy. But you're already seeing the team trying to mix things up. Lance Dunbar has had a lot of potential, and for 2015, the first couple of games, you could see what he was able to do out of the backfield and stuff. Unfortunately, he just could not stay healthy on the team. And you're seeing that kind of a hybrid position with Austin. We'll just call him Austin from now on. I'll just leave the T part out of it. You're seeing them working him from running back and things like that, putting some mystery into it. I think you've also been hearing about Rico Gathers possibly as an H-back, which is kind of a hybrid between wide receiver and running back and tight end. So you're seeing the Cowboys offense possibly evolving more, getting a little more mystery to it, trying to move the ball all over the field and things. And I think that will bode well for it. I know everybody wants to see the big, deep pass, 50 yards downfield. But ultimately, that's not the winning formula on a consistent basis. We've seen games where we've had 500 yards in passing and still lose the game. But what will make this team successful is steady, methodical, moving down the field and not turning over the ball. So we'll have to wait and see how that works out, and we'll start finding out in 80 days, 7 hours, 56 minutes, and 33 seconds, if it in fact is the right formula. Whew. Time for me to get the heck up on out of here and go to my day job. I'm Mark Holmes. This is Cowboy Joe Boot, and I will see you guys, of course, later on today. See you soon.